Hey, Decathlon Gamer, welcome back to PCM23 Lions episode 49. Nearly a half century. Wow, getting close on that one. We're at a 1 pro race. It's another chance to earn some points, but also we find ourselves in a little pickle. We succeeded on our last major objective last time and saw our sponsor confidence drop, even though we succeeded. Right? Go figure. As a result, we have to squeeze in a noteworthy result somewhere. A 1 pro can do it, but it's going to have to come down to probably a podium or better to get some sort of plus to add in. With 17k to go in this one, a podium's not going to be easy. We've got sprinters at 82 plus, but with a slightly tricky profile on the run in to the finish. And here, 1k from the finish, that is the finish line, but it's from 5k out that things are, well, tricky. Still have a breakaway. We have not caught them, but they are very close, and we're going to go ahead and set up our train now with 13.4k. And we're going to get things moving with Mansour out front. This is definitely not a team, but I did bring my sprinters to this race. So the support team around them is not necessarily the strongest, but we do have the guys necessary to get something together, and we have that tricky enough profile that maybe, just maybe, we can actually make something happen. You can see here Mansour is not doing any damage to his teammates despite going 99, and we're already down to 9k thanks to the profile and how far back Mansour was when everybody kind of picked up behind him. So off we go with our next guy. Still not doing any damage to those behind him, even though Umarera is a little bit better, and we've split the field. We have split the field. Mansour is last place. Oh, this is looking good, folks. This is looking good. We want to go flat out from here. Now, our 99 versus their 99, they can make up the ground. They absolutely can make up the ground, but this is the best chance that we will have had yet. 6k to go. Still holding off the field. The 3 breakaway riders are with us. Look who it is. Zerai. We have ASCII, and not easy, but they've been in the break all day, and that is enough of a gap. I think, folks, this could be it. This could be it. We could win today. We could maybe sweep the podium, and this could be that plus we need. 5.4k. We are flat out all the way to the finish from here. Absolutely no reason to let up whatsoever. Coming up to maybe lap some riders. Here is the tricky bit, and it's a Shimway who hits it, which is exactly what I wanted. He's got us nearly to the top. We've got to keep pushing. So on to Kareem, about 50 meters sooner than I wanted him to take over, and it does some damage to the others. But there you go. We have a split. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a big old gap behind us. Shimway, follow. Kareem has taken over. 2.8k. Is there somebody that getting the win could be? Ansa is the one. Ansa is the one. Hold on, let me check. Oh, it's Ansa, folks. It's Ansa who is a 1-1. Okay, we are going to give the win to Ansa today. Everybody else will end up following him. 2.2k. Let's go ahead and swap the order here. Kareem's still giving us that lead out. Okay, 1.6. Oh man. Shoot, how do we want to do this? Okay, Bosco, start the sprint, because we've got to make sure the others aren't going to actually catch us. Okay, Bosco. Ansa, sprint it out. No, no, no. Everybody follow Bosco, or Ansa. Kareem. Oh man, this is not Kareem. Ansa, you are sprinting. Kareem, slow down. Morocco has a 4. Ansa. Oh, Ansa got there. Okay. Okay, folks. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finish. Swept the top 5, gapped the rest of the field. And Ghana, a 1-1 nation, has just claimed victory. Stephen Ansah. Now, Kareem, itty-bitty chance that could have done something. Morocco is a 4-3 nation. Rwanda, South Africa, significantly stronger. Morocco has decent ratings. But yeah, Ansah with a 1-1 for Ghana, that has got to be a popularity boost. That is a 1 pro race for a 1-1 nation with a victory. Fingers crossed that it has actually done it, because from the experience of what I've been learning through this series is it seems to not be a given that you get things. It's just a chance that it does it. And that chance factor has really hurt the growth rate. There's suggestions that it's changed this year versus previous years in that manner. And that's why I'm not able to get the growth rate that I got with the Asian continent last year in our Dragon series. Folks, a 1-1 nation, a 1 pro victory, more than enough. It's a continental pro level race. A 1 popularity nation, no boost. And that does confirm, because I've seen 1 popularity nations get a boost for winning lesser races than this. There's confirmation of what I feared. It's a chance, it's not a guarantee. And we've not seen the boost. So that is ridiculous, but it's also making this a hell of a lot harder, because you meet the requirements, you do what is necessary, and you still don't get the result. We've done it countless times. We've seen Africa, South Africa, we've seen Eritrea with necessary boost outcomes and not get the boost. We're now seeing Ghana with the necessary requirements being met and not getting the boost. We're seeing us dominate, win races, complete sponsor objectives, and see our sponsor confidence fall anyway. But we at least have pushed up that 1 to 2%. We've gotten some sort of plus for that outcome. It's a single plus, but it's a plus. So we have gained that noteworthy result to get back to right where we were before the last race, which was the last major objective of the year, 3.5 stars. Now we do have 2 single star objectives left, and we've already seen succeeding on a 3.5 star have our sponsor confidence fall. I would not be surprised at all if failing either one of these 1-star objectives would see our sponsor confidence fall by more than 1% or 2. So we are not in the clear yet. Those are the last 2 opportunities for us to succeed and see our sponsor confidence fall yet again. If we fail, obviously it's going to fall even further, even though they are only 1-star objectives. Right now, we are literally on the brink. We are right on the bubble. So even a 1-star failure would almost certainly see us fall below. A 1-star success could see us fall below based on the evidence of what we've seen earlier. The game is working against us in so many ways right now compared to what is normal. We got to keep working. Next up for us is a pretty straightforward event. 4 stages, 3 of them are sprint stages, and a prologue. The prologue can set you apart from the field. Winning sprints can set you apart from the field, but it's going to come down to those 2 criteria on what's going to happen with the overall for this race. So a 4.7K prologue is what we're up with, and we're going to start with our sprinters all coming back to back here. De Villiers, Bosco, Ansah, and then Roteus here. Kareem, their lead out guy, who doesn't quite have the sprint capability of the rest of them, well, he's already gone. He's in the top 10 right now, just 8 seconds off the pace. If you could put in a good prologue as a sprinter, you can win. Or if you can put in a great prologue as a non-sprinter, maybe you can hang on to a top placing. This, a very weird prologue with a lot of up and down over just a 5K stretch. You can see De Villiers here coming up on the finish. He's going to just squeeze his way out. He kind of just about made it there. 52nd, 43 seconds down, though. He's got a 60 prologue rating, 62 today. That's not going to be enough. He's not going to make up that kind of time in the sprints. But what about somebody else? Are they a little better off? Are they going to have a better race day condition? De Villiers should have had a +3. He's on a fitness peak right now. Didn't quite get that high. Bosco is a much better prologuer, but he drew a -1. So he's not going to be effective with a 65 prologue. He can time trial much better than he can prologue. And the final K for him, a lot of up and down. If even for him, he couldn't hang on to the 91. You should and could hang on to better than a 91 across the board, averaging out, as I've already tested with the first 3 guys I went through, including Kareem, who did quite well. He was a 72 base prologuer, but he had a +6 today, giving him a 78. So a 78 on steady rate, steady tempo, good downhill rating, got us 8 seconds off the top step. We're going to need better than a 78. Roteasir has that possibility. But first, our last sprinter in Ansa. First 2 guys, 43, 38 seconds down respectively. Not going to be good enough to claim an overall, even if they go and win a sprint stage in the coming 3, which there are some decent sprinters in this field. We're going to have a difficult time with a number of them. But I think we can absolutely score top 5s, probably some podiums. So I think we can steal time, but we're not going to steal that kind of time. Unless Ansa needs a... Oh, wow, Ansa. Yikes, bud. Let's go with a 90. A -4 draw from him. I've already had a -5 draw. Havu Gamana had a -5. We've got really, really poor race day condition draw here from the team. Really, really poor across the board. We are big time negatives right now. See that 90 straight through, but that was with a 52 prologue, minute 21 down, somewhere near last place for Ansa. Roteasir, 79 base prologue, fitness peak, expected +3 race day condition. If he can draw exactly that, a +3 race day condition, he could take the top step potentially. Oh, he's got it, folks. He has got it. Holy cow. Roteasir, let's go for the win, huh? +5. Oh, absolute beauty of a draw. That's a 78 downhill. That's an 86 prologue. Absolute monster of a time expected from him. 92 we're able to push. Okay, back down to that 91. Got a little downhill section here that'll help him recover towards the end. Oh, pushed a little too hard. Now attack. And that is on top step. 2 seconds ahead of anybody else. It's not the last one to go. Where are we at? Placement. It's stage 1. Number 91. So we got about 10 guys to sit through here. And it's all their best. That was 47 seconds. Vanderhoek. These could be sprinters, though. Like that one. He's a sprinter, a 78. Hodek, sprinter, 78. But not prologgers. Tishbanut is okay, but he's 36 seconds down. Bond, another sprinter, another 78. He's well down. These guys are all out of contention to take the overall. That was 12 seconds for Bloom Levy. No, Bloom Levy's right now. 14 seconds. Van Tricht will not be a threat. Last 3 riders. Stewart, I didn't even see what his time was. Stewart's 81 sprinter. He's going to be tough. 39 seconds. Delay, top sprinter. And that's it. We got the stage win. Roteasir on top. Can we hang on to the overall? Well, one way to do that is not to steal time with Roteasir. He's not going to gain time anywhere. It's to help keep the other sprinters off the top steps. Get into podium positions on the 3 stages to come with our sprinters and just take those seconds away from others. Most of the sprinters look like they will not be able to impact the GC. Roteasir could be winning this race overall. We move on to another race. Meanwhile, the race we were on, the 3 sprints, I didn't read right what we had for race day condition. There's a lot of guys that are just on their expected zeros, but they've got mid-80s for their fitness levels. So no wonder we had some really bad draws there. We are in position with Roteasir to maybe claim that win. And following the mistake I just made here with the Shimway, which sucks because he's looking fantastic. We're going to have to really push now. Okay, he goes to the top by 41 seconds, but I don't think I timed that very well. To beat his teammate, Matoni, who sits second right now, was just 2 seconds ahead of the rest, but Shimway just put in a fantastic time trial and climb. He had a +5 race day condition. Binia Messias out there right now. Doing this quickly is not the best way to do it. Okay, this is more like what I should be setting up here. So rolling at an 85 and then increasing that to an 87 on the climb will get you most of the way up. You have to kind of ease off right at the end down to an 86 or 85, depending on the rider. You can see how quickly he's disintegrating, but of course I had also gone a little bit deeper with Benny Messias before I took control. Arengana will be right after. But you can see how much faster we are than others. He's only a 70 for his prologue and time trial, 72 for his mountain. Ooh, I ran out of energy a little bit before the end and saw him lose time. Look how important that is. He lost 20-30 seconds in there. Arengana is taken off. I already increased this. Why didn't it go? There you go. Get up to speed and settle in at an 85. The 85 saves that red bar for the final stage. Terrible time trialist, so you really don't want to go more than an 85. 85 is perfect because the red bar is not impacted. The yellow bar is never going to be a factor, so 85 is absolutely that minimum you want to do, and then you put it into the climb where you can gain time, and 87 seems to be about what you can do that climb to burn through that red bar, and the climb is where huge time gains are to be had. So that's why we are carrying this one. Ben Healy, great climber, only goes P2. And I'm gonna back it off for that last little bit. 32nd, minute 21 down, but that's that terrible time trial part. But here comes Samuels. +5 for him. Whoa, 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 buddy. Whoa. Give me control here. There you go. 86 to get up to speed. Settle in. 85. And then you save it for the rest. Let's go 84 for a moment. Time trialing is not your expertise. Let's slowly get that red bar back up. Should be refilling. It's not really refilling though, is it? Staying very stationary here, so just roll the 85, I guess. Fantastic mountain rating here. We should expect a really good time from Samuels, but unlike a Shimway, he's not a great time trialist. So as we start to go uphill, Samuels out of the saddle pushing. You can see how much faster we're going here than D'Souza. Shimway still on top. Matoni is now 4th as Leknasund is there ahead of him. Sepulveda is in the top 10. James Shaw. Piccoli. 87 holding up for now. Might have to go down to an 86 here at some stage before the end. We've still got 1.5K to go. This should be a good time. It's not going to beat a Shimway, but I expect a top 5 at the very least. At least for the time being anyway. Down to an 86 now. It's nice to be passing D'Souza up here on the way to the finish. 85. Final push. Second place, 19 seconds down. Knew he wasn't going to beat a Shimway. I'm glad he was able to beat everybody else, including Ben Healy, Craig Anderson, not a climber. But he's still ahead of us. How the heck did he just manage that? I suppose he was using that punchiness. And Wilder gets in a good time. Honore will not. 18th. Here is Rodriguez passing Girmay. Girmay going backwards. But Rodriguez is going to have a great time. He goes to the top of the charts, so we are not leading this thing. You got these guys with the insane ratings. Almeida as well. You expect him to go into the top 2 positions. He does not. He puts in a terrible time trial, just 6th place, and Evenepoel should go right to the top. Does. So we see a fantastic performance from us. I mean, that was really, really good compared to what's expected. 3rd and 5th on this first stage with some of the best in the world. Almeida is easily one of the top 2 or 3 in the database right now, and he's down in 7th. Both of our guys finishing ahead of him. That is outstanding. A second stage win on 2 subsequent stages, there's still 1 stage remaining of this, is going to bring Arnaud Delay within 4 seconds of the lead. So Rotesir is very much in jeopardy now. Anything better than a 3rd place on that final stage would see Delay move to the top of the standings. Van Poppel is also moving up, but he's not in range. He's far enough back, but Delay could claim the overall, steal it away from us, and see Roteus here finish in 2nd place. There's no one else up here other than Van Poppel who is any sort of threat, and Van Poppel is far enough behind Roteus here. Delay has got to be favorite now after he's won both stages 2 and 3, The 20 seconds he gained has cut his deficit from 24 down to 4. Okay, we are going to begin what is in profile a reverse epic stage. It's backwards. If it was reversed of this, it would be a mega stage, just 120 kilometers. But the climbing, most of it comes in the first 50K. But it's going to be intense, so we really have to focus on the early part of this, especially as it is just a 121K total race. Getting to the front is going to be really important. Maybe getting somebody into the breakaway, if that's something. Well, no, we only have 6 guys. I am going to ride protection Mulebron. Go ahead and protect Samuels, who just broke away. That was not what I was trying to do. What the heck? I already turned him. I don't want Samuels the one breaking away. No, we're not wasting that energy. I'm gonna just back off. I do not want Samuels in the breakaway. He is not the guy to put in the break. Tony would stand to gain something. Shimway. So here's the thing right now. We've got Samuels 5th, Shimway 3rd, Tony 11th, but a minute 12 down. So it's these other 3 guys that are going to ride protection for today. And let's just be patient. We're going to go for the stage. If I had 7 riders, I would gladly put one in the break. Right now, I want to protect our leaders otherwise. So 6 riders go off the front. Expect a heavy tempo. Right now, they're going to let that break get out for the first portion of this climb, but you can see it's already splitting up. There's already been a rider dropped from the front 6. For now, though, the gap opens. Once we get happy with where it's at, we're going to put that foot down on the remainder of this first climb. There we go. Now they come forward to take control. 247, 250 the gap. They're going to hold that at roughly 3, which makes sense because it's already just 110K from the finish. So now we're starting to get an increased tempo. We are fine. You can see Arengana feeling it a little bit, though. Others in the field will be feeling it. You'll get recovery, though. The second climb, I expect a lot more damage because by that point you're already well inside 100K, and they're going to be trying to close those front guys down. That's how quickly this race will intensify. Now, the final stage of the race has one little climb and one little punch towards the finish line. So I don't expect huge fireworks. This is a really small field. There's only 72 chasing 6. But there are some big-time riders at this race, this Tour of Norway race. Really surprising stuff. Did not expect it to be this easy of a ride so far. 4-minute advantage for those front 6. The chase is going to be on for this next climb, without a doubt. It's going to have to be. 4:30, the advantage. It's coming down. Over the flat, we'll be able to make a lot of progress. It looks like this is not going to come down as a mountain stage, as it's profiled. Just doesn't have that feeling right now. The gap is already slowly coming back. Just over 4 minutes. It's only 6 riders. It's not that hard of a chase. 80K to go. We're going to need to get water one time here at some point. But there's not much climbing the rest of the way. We are nearly to the top of this climb. Or at least before we kind of falls flat the rest of the way here for the last few kilometers. And that was that. 3:30, the gap, so it's already coming down. There we go. We are officially over the climb now. And 60K to go. Let's send somebody to get water, like Arengana. Everybody looking nice and strong. This little Cat 2 coming up, though, is too far away to do anything with. And then it's ultimately a sprint after that. So don't expect any changes from this one. We got a couple punchy stages coming. We got a little cobbled one or gravel one along the way. But this was the one I expected to have some time gaps. I expected it to be a much harder race than it's been. And it just hasn't been. Even now, the chase is relatively tame. Front group is starting to split up. I don't expect them to come back together. I think we're going to be chasing these guys down, but it's suddenly out to 245. They pushed on that one. Now we're chasing, but we were within 2 minutes, and it's opened back up a little bit. But with those splits, there's only 4 riders off the front anymore. There's just not much for them to do or gain. And that acceleration near the top of that one has taken its toll, but all 6 guys look fine to make it to the end. We still haven't quite caught them. Minute 45 now. We're back on the right side of that 2 minutes, but that took a lot of extra time, and it's looking slightly iffy. We're seeing attacks here. Do we really need to start chasing? I mean, you got a slight hill here, but I do not have a sprint at all with this group, but I think we're going to have to do something just to keep our position. Not much of a sprint, but Arangaran's going to start pushing and trying to set us up for one. Make sure that the other guys are going to get to the end. We're inside 10K. Still 4 riders off front, but we caught the attempted little breakaway there. But now Almeida and Rodriguez and Evenepoel are all trying to attack. This could be an opportunity, as they are not playing it smart necessarily. 99 for Arangara to continue leading this out. I don't want to necessarily lose him, so as we get to 7K, let's go ahead and switch to Benny and Messias. Let him filter into the back of this thing. Still bid at 45. That breakaway is going to hang on. Man, I should have put somebody in that breakaway, but it was the even numbers that we had. That was the only thing stopping me from putting someone in the break. 4K. R99 is just not fast. Benny and Messias. Okay. Dropping down the order. 3K. 2.4K. Still a minute and a half ahead. Starting the hill. And Matoni can't even sprint. Shimway. Molebron. Now onto the actual 2 closest things to resemble sprinters that we have. And the breakaway has taken it, including D'Souza, who we passed up on the first stage. Spit it out, Junior. Carlos Rodriguez wins our version of a sprint, but we were a minute 20 behind those guys. That's huge gains for them. Tibonis, Germay, Molebron was right behind him. Matoni just behind that. Samuels was there. No splits coming in this field. There's literally 3 riders losing time today, other than the 74 that all lost time to those 4 riders in the break. That, well, those guys could have been further down than a minute 20, as gaps were pretty big, but I'm not sure it was that big. That's not good what just happened. None of the 4 moved to the top of the standings, but 2 of them do move into podium positions, with Dalby and Enevoldsen moving up to 2nd and 3rd place. We're going to have to claw our way back ahead of those guys. D'Souza moves all the way up to 6th place, and Monake moves up to 12th. So all 4 of them move into the top 12 overall, and we drop behind either 2 or 3 guys, or 4 guys for all of our teammates. That's a little extra work to do, and that was the only classified mountain stage. So there's not going to be big time gaps anywhere else. We've got a couple punchy stages where we can hopefully see some separation, get our 3 guys to move a little higher up the order, but that kind of sucked. Final stage of the other race, and Arnaud Delay has won his 3rd straight and stolen the win away from Roteas here. He's going to be 2nd overall. Still fantastic points, but man, oh man, that sucks. That one rider has gone and literally claimed all 3 stages, doing exactly what was necessary. He could have had 2nd on one of them, but with the quality around him, then Delay obviously has immense quality, 82 sprint, 80 acceleration, but he's far from the only one. Van der Hoek, okay, fine, he's only a 78. Jake Stewart's an 81. Why didn't he win a stage? Larson's 77. Hodeg, 78. Van Poppel, 77. So that just hurts. That there was Van Tricht is an 80. There was other capable riders of winning stages, not our guys, which is why I didn't bother. But we got no favors from anyone else, and Delay wins 3 sprint stages, claims 30 seconds, and that was the difference. 2nd overall is good, but man, that sucks that we had that win stolen away from us. We did win 1 stage with Roteas here, so I suppose we'll take that victory as a minor victory. We're going to carry out the final stages in the next episode, but here's what's in store for stages 4, 5, and 6 of this Norway tour. I just bypassed stage 3. Molebron got a podium on the stage 3 sprint stage. It does have a little slight punchy finish, but Quicksim doesn't take that into account. But he's not one of my 3 guys that were highly placed, so Molebron does not move up the order, but hey, I'll take that. Stage 4 is considered a sprint stage, but you can see that it has minimalist cobbled sectors, so we are going to have to navigate that if we don't want to see time separation. So we will play out at least the last portion of that stage, last 40k or so, and then we have a punchy, which it's really just moderate undulation along the way, but ultimately sprint stage 5. Don't think too many riders are going to get dropped out of that one. And stage 6, a little more punchy, and this last climb can definitely be one of those split the field situations. It's a little bit away, 140. It's 7k away from the finish, so you started about 10k away at that intermediate sprint, and that's a big opportunity to try to split the field. But final 10k, it's hills, so you might be able to get some separation there, splitting the field. That's our best chance. One of those 4 breakaway riders already lost a little bit of time, dropped just outside of the top 10 from this sprint stage we just had. So at least there's that. There's one less guy ahead of us now, and we are fairly well placed, but there is an incredibly high quality field surrounding us. We got those few weaker guys. We got some top competitors that I think we can do something with if the opportunity arises. Those last 3 stages, there's not going to be too many opportunities. We're going to have to be pretty aggressive if we're going to see something materialize. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.